Skills are an integral part of Skyblock, and seeing as I have grinded every skill a fair bit, I thought it'd be pretty fun to rank all the skills on a tier list. There's actually only 12 skills in total, so the list is pretty small, but I'd say that that is honestly a pretty good thing considering I already have way too many item frames on my island. Here in this chest, I've got an almost perfect recreation of the skills menu except for the dungeoneering icon because the admins decided that they don't want me to recreate the skills menu, so I can't really get that. I replaced it with a skeleton minion because they're both skeleton heads and they kinda look the same. If you at all get angry or disagree with the rankings in this video, make sure to take it all out by hitting the subscribe button as hard as possible. And if that doesn't do it, you can also hit the link to my Discord in the description. That being said, this tier list is based completely off of my opinion, which also happens to be factual, so just know that if you disagree, you are wrong. Okay, that's enough flaming my own viewers, so it's time to actually put some stuff on this tier list. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the worst one out first, and any longtime viewers of my channel probably know exactly what I'm gonna start off with. Foraging. This skill is absolutely atrocious. You wouldn't think that cutting down trees in Minecraft would be that painful, but ever since I got Foraging 50, I'm pretty sure that a small part of my soul has just permanently disappeared. Like, I'm never getting that part of my life back, and it's all because of Foraging. So to be honest, I don't even want to put this skill on the tier list. It's too bad to be put on the tier list. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop it in the fire here because that's its rightful place. Actually, you know what? I am going to put it on the tier list. I'll put it at the very bottom of the trash tier. And just know that if there was a lower tier, I would put it on it. Alright, now that that piece of trash is out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and move from left to right on this skills menu, starting off with farming. You know, farming is a pretty basic skill. It's gotten its own update with the farming contests and stuff, which gave it a little bit of spice. But overall, it's a long grind. You have to build a ton of farms, but it does hold a bit of a special place in my heart because it was one of my first few level 50 skills. It also gives base health, which is really useful when you're flexing on randoms. So I think that overall, the bad things and the good things balance out, and farming is just a solid A tier overall. The next skill in the list is mining. Up until recently, I probably would have put mining in either the trash tier or the B tier. Probably the B tier if you take into account the mayor that lets you actually get it within a reasonable amount of time. But mining has honestly improved a lot recently. The dwarven mines are a huge improvement. Not only is mining not a slow skill anymore, but more importantly, it's actually really fun and engaging. There is now extra drills, there's commissions, there's full sets of armor that help you mine. It honestly really spiced up the skill and gave it the longevity to grind to level 60 without actually getting bored of it. Because of the dwarven mines, mining has gone from a B or a trash tier skill to our first S tier of the tier list. The next skill is carpentry, which I'm just going to go ahead and quickly put in the trash tier as we all know it belongs there. Because I mean, come on, it's carpentry. What do you do with carpentry? You don't do anything with it. It's not useful. It's a bad skill. You just waste money for that gold bar on Skycrypt and nothing else. Next up, we have combat, which, let's be honest, it's just the most important skill in Skyblock. Combat increases your damage. It also gives you crit chance. The rewards for it are honestly what carries this skill. But that's not all it contains. Combat is also the driving factor for the mass genocide of multiple species, so that just makes it an easy S tier in my opinion. Alongside that, it introduced level requirements for using some swords and armor, which, I mean, come on. Mass genocide and gatekeeping, easy S tier, not even close. Next up, we have another cosmetic skill. It's runecrafting. In my opinion, it's better than carpentry, but it's still pretty bad. The thing is, runecrafting was made to like monetize Skyblock, whereas you'd have to buy a rank to go beyond level 3, but it didn't really work out. I mean, like, it might have, I don't know, but I don't know a single person that bought a rank so that they could apply runes to their weapons. It has a few nice features, but overall it's just a pretty bad skill that just measures how much you do dragons, so it's going in the trash tier. The final cosmetic skill, social, was actually kind of recently added. Like, it was a while ago, but it's still a pretty new skill. but I feel like this one is better than the other two cosmetics. It's still a pretty bad skill because like it doesn't actually really do anything. But I mean, I can give people the monkey rank on my island, so it's automatically not in the trash tier. Overall, it's still a cosmetic skill, but it introduced a few fun things that you can play around with on your island, so for that, I'm putting it on the B tier. We're back to actual skills, and what an actual skill this is. Fishing is... it's the best skill. I don't know what to tell you. It is the best skill in Skyblock. Out of every skill, nothing can beat fishing. I know I'm gonna offend some people this one, but I'm sorry, it's true. My only complaint about fishing is that it is now actually, you're able to get XP a lot faster than you could before. So I'm not able to be as elitist as I was about fishing, it's just really disappointing, honestly. But I really can't say anything bad about fishing other than that. You know, overall fishing is just, it's complex, it's fun. There's a lot of content for it. It's probably one of the best money-making methods in the game right now. I've done 2 24-hour fishing streams. Overall, it doesn't belong in the S tier. It belongs in the best skill tier. So let me just go ahead and slap it up in there. And there it is, in its rightful place. The next skill on the list is Taming. It's a pretty interesting skill, to be honest. Really, the only way to level up Taming is to level up your other skills. It actually has a really good perk because it gives you more pet EXP, which is very useful when you're leveling pets, obviously. But yeah, it's a very good skill, and it doesn't really take any extra effort to grind. So it's pretty solid. I'd say put it in the A tier. Ah yes, Enchanting, another skill that would have been in the trash tier if it wasn't for the update that gave Enchanting 60. Unfortunately, the Enchanting update wasn't as revolutionary for the skill because it's still a pretty bad skill, definitely not in the trash tier. But I mean, there's really only a few good things added. It made Enchanting not as coin based, and it also made it not as grindy, which is good. However, the level requirements that they made, they used to be like actual level requirements that were challenging to get to, like level 51 for Soul Eater. But now I think the highest is level 36 for Soul Eater. It's really easy to get, and the enchantment requirements really are kind of pointless because it's so easy to get that high enchanting. I'm not putting Enchanting in trash tier because it's a pretty fun skill and it doesn't take too much effort to do. But I also don't feel like it belongs in the A tier, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and take off Social here and put Enchanting as the number 1 B tier. Because it's a really high B tier, but it just doesn't make A, in my opinion. Catacombs is a really interesting skill. Some people wouldn't even consider it a skill, but it's in the menu, so I'm going to rank it anyway. It's very well designed, but it doesn't really get too much extension into the main game. It's kind of like you level up Catacombs to do better at Catacombs, which I don't know how I feel about that, but it's definitely a pretty fun skill to grind, especially because of the diversity of dungeons. You know what, Catacombs A tier skill, I'd say it's probably at the top of the A tier, but I can't be bothered to move 2 items over, so just pretend it's in there. And that's where it's gonna go. And Alchemy goes in trash tier because God pots exist. Alright, that is the tier list completed. Overall, I think that the takeaway of this video is that really any skill is S tier when compared to foraging. Anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure to actually hit the like button, and you can also subscribe because I got an awesome upload schedule, trust me. But other than that, I hope that you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you later. Bye!